On this episode of Winning with Wes, we're going to focus on offensive dinking. So once a point has been going on and that ball sits up and you have a little bit of an opportunity to attack with your dink, I'm going to show you some tips and drills to help you be successful with this shot. The first offensive dinking drill that we're going to work on is what I call protect the cone. So as you can see here on the court, I've got two cones in front of me. Daryl has two cones in front of him. When you set up this drill, what you want to do is reach out to the furthest length that you can comfortably take a dink out of the air, and you would put the cone underneath where your paddle is. So when we do this drill, what we're going to try to do is dink every ball out of the air. Obviously, if the ball bounces in front of the cone, you can step in and hit it. But the goal is to keep the ball going and develop more touch in your dinks out of the air. So Daryl and I are going to start straight ahead. And notice we're protecting the cone. If it bounces, let it bounce and hit. And notice we're not overextending our reach. So we're hitting these comfortably out of the air. As you notice, we're going to have to get a little lower with our legs and our body. And you work and develop on some great control when you do this. Once you're done dinking straight ahead, we're going to go cross box, not cross court, but cross box. Notice we're not taking a big swing. We're just lifting the ball and aiming for that cone while protecting our own cone at the same time. Once you're done with that, we're going to transition to what would be our backhands, because I'm a lefty, Daryl is right-handed. And again, once you do that for about a minute or so, we're going to transition to our final angle in the cross box. Now you may be wondering, why am I going to hit a dink out of the air? What's the purpose of this drill? Well, when you dink and you play pickleball, it's all about time, right? You want to give yourself time to hit a good shot, but you also want to take time away from your opponent. So in this drill, you're learning to develop your touch and your consistency, so when that ball is deeper in the box to you, you can hit an offensive dink by just lifting it out of the air. And the purpose of the cones is to help you establish your range, right? This is going to help you figure out what ball is the perfect ball to hit out of the air and which ball is too far out in front of you. The next offensive dinking drill that we're going to work on is actually a game. So we've gone through protecting the cone and working on that strategy. Now we're going to do that in a competitive setting. So we're going to play a dinking game here, just in the box, but our goal is to not only win the point, but protect our cone. So if Daryl hits my cone, I would lose the point, right? If I hit Daryl's cone, he would lose the point. The whole point of this, again, is to reach and develop your touch with this dink in a competitive setting, and by helping you find your range, you're also protecting the cone. So let's give it a try. 0-0. So that's a great rally. That would be 1 point for me. Almost hit that cone. That's a little wide. So that would be 2-0 for me. 3-0 for me. Okay, so that would be the game. You notice in that game how neither Daryl or I were really reaching to hit a ball. Every time we really hit the ball out of the air, the ball went over and into the kitchen. So again, the point of this is to work on your touch, hitting an offensive dink out of the air, and really finding your range, finding your reaching level. Now, when you do this for the first time, you may think that your reach is a little better than it is, and you're gonna learn real quickly that that cone is too far. By doing this drill, you'll be able to move it back and really find your range. The last offensive dinking drill that we're going to work on is actually a game called the Spanish fighting drill. Now, this was a drill that I learned of through the tennis world, and I've adapted it into the pickleball world. So we're going to put together essentially all that we've worked on with not only our offensive dinks, but our neutral or 50-50 dinks in a competitive setting. So I'm going to play against Daryl here in this game, and for every ball that goes into the court successfully, that is worth 1 point. Okay? Whoever wins the rally collects all those points. So for instance, if Daryl and I have a 25 ball rally and he wins the rally, he would be up 25-0. So this is all about focus, consistency, and hitting all of your dinks. So we're going to get going. 0-0. A little bit deep there. So we hit 39 balls successfully in the court. Daryl missed number 40. So I would be up 39-0. Notice that during that point, Daryl and I were both hitting neutral 50-50 dinks. And then when the opportunity presented itself, we were aggressive by taking the ball out of the air or hitting a more offensive dink. So again, in that point, there were 39 successful shots. He missed number 40. So I would be up 39-0. Okay, the goal is to go to 100. When you're done playing this game straight ahead, then you would switch and play cross court. Then you would play down the line on the other side, and you would complete the cycle by playing cross court on the other side of the court. So you're going to get 4 games out of this. Make sure you stretch before this because it's going to be a lot of work for your legs, but it's really going to help you stay consistent and aggressive in a dinking setting. The other thing I'll add is that during this workout session that I would go through, I would do this towards the beginning of the session, and then it would probably be my last drill at the end of my session, because I really want to work through my consistency and my mental toughness with dinking when my legs are tired. So at the end of my dinking session and my drilling session, I would want to throw this one in again to test my mental and physical toughness at the end of my workout.